What are some lesser-known secondary uses for an everyday product? I wrap those thick rubber bands. You know, the ones that come around broccoli crowns, around tight jar lids to make them grippy and easy to undo. I always throw on my dishwashing gloves for this. Rubber bands also work for removing stripped screws. Just put the rubber band between the screw and screwdriver. Add salt to your hand wash to get gasoline smell off. Love, Dad. I've always done salt and vinegar to get the gas smell off. But if you're working on a car, salt and vinegar will remind you of every fucking cut on your hands. Where's the milk? It's been 15 years, Dad. Toilet seat covers are the same as blotting paper for oily skin. This is my favorite one so far. Those papers are expensive. Clean mascara wands are used in animal shelters to soothe the animals by brushing, and to remove fly eggs and larvae from fur. Can I actually send them my old mascara ones? I work in a shelter and have never heard this before. I need some mascara brushes in my grooming kit. Knit combs do not work at all, and I ended up having to shave a kitten to get all the eggs out. Thank you. Vagisil for chafing. It's antibacterial, lubricating, and an anesthetic. I learned that in the Army. And sponsor a NASCAR team. Also gives you an extra 2 to 3 inches drop on your curveball. Shaven foam reduces, stops misting on bathroom mirrors and car windows. You can also use it to write creepy text like "I died here" or "I'm watching you" on mirrors of other people's bathrooms. When done right, it will be pretty much invisible normally, but the text will show up when someone is taking a bath, shower, and the mirror fogs up. WD-40 removes old adhesives from anything without damage or staining or discoloration. A smaller can of WD-40 can be used on a normal-sized can of WD-40 when its lid is stuck. WD-40 is the only essential oil I trust. If you have a French press for coffee, you can also froth milk in it after. Pour in hot milk and raise and lower the plunger until the volume of the milk has about doubled. Keep going for free butter. My favorite way of cleaning a French press is with an inch of soapy water in it and plunging the hell out of it until I get the most satisfying velvet foam, the consistency of melted ice cream. It's so good. Cornstarch is a good blood coagulant if you need to stop bleeding. I saved my pet tarantula with cornstarch like this before. Her abdomen split after falling on tile, and the cornstarch stopped her from bleeding out several months later, and she's doing great after that almost fatal fall. If it's serious, superglue is also an option. Serious makeup remover wipes are really good at getting bike chain grease off your hands. Also, mixing some sugar with some fairy liquid. The sugar acts as an effective abrasive. Edit. Fairy liquid is a cleaning product in the UK, or at least in Scotland, but I think UK-wide. Washing your hands with soap and sand, no water, will get virtually anything off your hands. Use vet wrap instead of sports tape. It's basically the same thing but much less expensive. Great stuff. And baling twine can be used to fix anything. If you can't use twine to fix it, it ain't worth fixing. Okay, maybe not, but twine is great too. Any cooking oil is a great way to remove the residue from stickers. IDK if this is recommended, but if you get scratches on wood furniture, I've always taken a matching washable marker, colored over the scratch, and then wiped it with a damp cloth to effectively stain the wood back to match. Rub a walnut nut on wood scratches. Also, just go buy a small bottle of Guggen. It is that oil, but smells great and does a better job than cooking oil. It's like $1 for a couple ounces, and that bottle has lasted me years. Edit. Used walnut nut, to differentiate it from using a whole walnut, so someone isn't rubbing a dry walnut shell on their wood. Edit 2. Hey, nut meat. Any kind of cooking oil will easily get pine sap off of your hands. Just use it like soap. Would this work for windshields? I've also had similar results with hand sanitizer. Coffee grounds are quite versatile. Among other things, you can use them for a soil additive to improve the pH balance for plants. Place them in a refrigerator to neutralize odors. Scour pots and pans. De-icing your steps and driveway. An ant repellent and exfoliating scrub for your skin. Ground coffee powder is amazing at neutralizing vomit smell on carpets or fabrics. I was once in an international flight that would last 9 hours. And on hour 3 a child threw up on the aisle. The stewardess gracefully poured 2 handfuls of coffee powder on the leftover stain. After removing the puddle, and the smell instantly went away. Caution: no exfoliating. Coffee grounds are terrible for drains, pipes. Since they never really dissolve, they block things themselves and provide a bed substrate for other blocking bullshit to cling. If you have a highlighter that's dying, take the pen part of it out of the casing and soak it in nail polish remover. It will revitalize it to working like new. This would have made coloring time so much more fun in kindergarten. Especially since only 2 markers would work by November. Alternatively and delightfully, try instead taking the whole pen, securely taping a 1-meter length of string to the back of it, and slinging the whole thing around in a circle like you're winding up a lasso. Keep the cap on. The centripetal force can often get the ink up to the tip and get it flowing again. Condensed milk for those with chronic vomiting. Not only is it great for cooking, but I had a pharmacist tell me about adding some water till it is the consistency of thick soup. Get the person to sip small amounts of it slowly. It helps line the esophagus to reduce vomiting, and allowing medication time to hit the stomach and work. Also provides much needed sugar. I've used it on kids and adults and it's worked a treat every time. Sweetened condensed milk. I didn't realize there was another kind until my brother screwed up his pumpkin pie, so now I know to ask. That's a really cool tip though. Put a somewhat thick layer of Vaseline on the skin around your hairline and ears and neck when dyeing your hair. If you accidentally get dye on your skin, you can easily wipe it off. I used to do that. One day I could not find the Vaseline. I used olive oil instead. It worked great. Anal ease is good for a toothache, and it's cherry flavored. I work at an adult store. Also, please don't use anal ease for anal if you are having painful anal sex. Get some butt plugs and a good lube. Just because you can't feel your sensitive areas being damaged doesn't mean they aren't being damaged. Silicone lube for butt stuffs. Unless using silicone toys, then avoid. Most people have no idea how shitty KY is. It gets sticky. Splurge and buy good lube. Thank you for the disclaimer. This was one of the worst things to have to explain to almost every customer when I still worked at an adult store. Some people really do not care about the very real risk of injury. Liquid laundry detergent glows under black lights but is clear under normal light. You can dip a Q-tip in some detergent and draw it right on your walls and only see it with a black light on. Different brands glow different colors. Lots of fun in dorm rooms. If you're in the dorm room, that's probably not detergent. Hair conditioner is shaving cream. Calling something a game changer feels so cliche, but this tip was for me. My razor doesn't get as gunked up. I can see my legs better so there are less cuts. It's cheaper than the nice shaving cream. But most importantly, I use the olive oil conditioner and my legs are the softest they've ever been. It's insane how much more I enjoy shaving now. If you run out of shaving cream, you can rub a stick of butter on your face, and then go to the store and buy more shaving cream. Plastic fruit cups are great seedling pots. What I would do is cut the little divots out of an egg carton. Then when the plant starts, you can just plant the whole thing. If you have a landline telephone, the dial tone is a concert F. By holding the phone to your ear and your finger on the first fret of the first string of your guitar, for example, you can use the dial tone as a reference pitch and accurately tune up without a tuner. It's actually 2 pitches, F and A, so make sure you don't tune that first fret a major third high and break your string. Musical notes. I need your arms around me, I need to feel your touch. Musical notes.
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox.